All right, guys, so we are going to do the inverter coolant now. So there is a petcock up here. We are going to open. Keep losing leaves there. There we go. Slow drain. All right, so we had the radiator cap on there and it was creating a little bit of a vacuum, so popped that off and picked up a little speed here. Okay guys, so we are down to a slow drip here. Let's get you some light. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and close off the first petcock on the radiator. That was for the regular engine coolant. So we're gonna close that one off. And then we are going to move to the second one, which is for the inverter. So there's two. This lower one here, I don't know if you can see that, and then the upper one. So we did the upper one first, which was for the radiator itself. And now we're gonna move to the lower one here. Try to get our hose on there if we can. Okay guys, so now I actually had to run the hose through this little hole in the core support there. So we're gonna open the drain for the inverter coolant now. And there it goes. All right, we're gonna let that drain and we will come back. Okay guys, so we're down to a small trickle here from the inverter. So we're gonna go ahead and close that one off too. All right, we can take our hose off. And, okay guys, so I don't know, this there again is the Lyle brand funnels. I've used these before. I have their oil. So I got the adapter for the radiator cap for the Toyota here. And then here's the inverter coolant. We already refilled the coolant reservoir for the engine. And so now that we've closed the drain off, all the coolant, the exception of a tiny little bit, drained out of this reservoir for the inverter. So we're gonna go ahead and top that off and actually overfill it a little bit. Because as it turns on, it will actually suck a little bit more of that down in the system, and we obviously don't want it to go dry on us. So we're at the full line there. We're gonna go a little fuller. All right, that should do it for now. And then we will top that off as when we go into maintenance mode. Okay guys, so when you fill these here, we need to open a bleeder spot essentially on top of the engine to allow the coolant to have a high place to come out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually, this is the EGR valve here, and it has water to it. So we're gonna back that off. Okay, so we're gonna pull that off, and as soon as we see coolant come out of there, we're gonna put that on. So it has an area to kind of bleed out. And I wanna get this positioned so I can get it on there pretty quickly, because if I know me, I'm gonna end up making a mess here. And the goal is to not obviously make a mess. Okay, and once we get this system closed back off, we're gonna wanna keep our coolant level higher in here than the high point on the engine, so we don't introduce any more air. So we're gonna pour this slowly and keep an eye on our hose over there. Okay guys, so of course, as soon as I turn the camera off for a second, you can see here we have coolant coming out. So we're going to get that back on there. Hopefully not spill this everywhere. Of course, this rag has wax or something on it, so it's not absorbing, and we're still leaking coolant everywhere. So we're just going to try to quickly get that out of here. All right, so that is our high point for the water. So we now got a little bit through there. Let's just make sure it didn't drip on anything crucial. And we're gonna put our hose clamp back right where it was. All right, and now we're gonna do a little squeeze on the radiator hose if we can get hands down in there, which doesn't look like that's gonna happen on that side. So let's see if we can do this one. Okay guys, I'm gonna top off the funnel here. Keep that nice and full. And we are going to put the car into maintenance mode. So just so we're clear, we drained both petcocks for the radiator and the inverter coolant. We disconnected the highest point on the water system and squeezed the hoses to bleed as much as we could. So the way that the service mode works on the hybrids is you actually put it into maintenance mode and then put the pedal to the floor, and it will open all the valves and make sure everything's going. So you want to make sure that the air conditioning is off and the climate system is actually off. It will open all these valves for you, and that's the way we're going to do it. Okay guys, so we're going to put the car into maintenance mode. Ignition on. So we're going to hit gas twice in park, brake to neutral, gas twice, brake, back into park, gas twice. You can see we have the code there. And we're going to start the car. And we put the pedal to the floor. And that is the process in the hybrids. Okay guys, so we got all the covers back on the bottom. We got the coolant filled back up. We let it bubble out. We've topped off the inverter coolant, so we're going to take it for a road test. And that should have us done with what we were working on today. So that's engine oil, transmission fluid, and coolant for the inverter and the engine. So we're going to take it for a ride here, and we should see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.